Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's doing fine this Thursday afternoon for me, guys, here in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, very hot and very, very sweaty, guys. Sweaty palms it is. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to smash a like as well, please, because you know what, with the algorithms and stuff like that, it is very important, guys. So please don't forget to do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who's joined me this afternoon, of course, guys. Let's get straight into it, guys. You know what? You would have been forgiven of thinking that there's some sort of doom and gloom, some black cloud hovering over us at the moment. And you wouldn't be wrong. We did come 15th in the league. You know, we had probably the worst defeat in Euros in our history in regards to the final in the Europa League, of course. So obviously, people have every right to be a little bit pessimistic. And what I would say is that just hold the horses a little bit. Excuse the pun with the horses and stuff, given the Rock of Gibraltar and all that. But let's just hold the horses and that. Let's just be a little bit calm. We have got time. We have got time. You know, it's not the end. You know, the world is not going to burn, right? We have got time. And I believe firmly, and I've been hearing today that the deal for Mbeumo is done. The deal for Mbeumo is done. Mbeumo will be a Manchester United player. As in regards to GYOKERES, GYOKERES looks the most likely to be going to Manchester United. He'll be going to Manchester United, guys. So before the preseason, if we get these players in, that will be an absolute brilliant thing, wouldn't it? You know, and we wouldn't be, worried anymore, you know? So obviously, I agree. We can all be a little bit pessimistic. We could be a little bit cautious, nervous. Obviously, with the way we've been run over the last, 13 years or 20 years, isn't it, since the Glazers came into the football club? It is completely, understandable to be a little bit nervous and worried about where this preseason is going, given the fact that Manchester City are spending all the money in the world with these flawed FFP and PSR rules that shouldn't even exist, really, because they just can be manipulated so easily, So I would say that. And what does PSR and FFP do? It just encourages the teams like, the smaller teams to sell their best young players. That's not really good for the game, is it? To be honest with you, And what I would say is that if they're going to change the scope of football in regards to that, maybe they should go towards the Champions League, what used to be like in the 90s, when you had to play a certain quota of homegrown players. Maybe we should do that, eh? Maybe we should do that. That would be funny, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Big up, everyone, of course. Big up, Ellen. Big up, Ellen. It's Ellen. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are. Good afternoon, Sal. I'm bored hearing fake news about GYOKERES. Yeah, but this isn't fake, Natty. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. That's amazing. It's big at MESC now. Hope you're doing well. INEOS and Glazers out. I agree with that. Absolutely. Ellen, after a tough uphill, it will always go downhill. Absolutely. There's always light at the end of the tunnel, Ellen. There is. But the news about GYOKERES going to Arsenal, all this business is in talks of Arsenal. Now, look, I want to ask people the question, and I asked everyone this same question this morning. I said that if he has been talking to Arsenal, if, as rumoured, Arsenal are prepared to pay the 70 million that the agent has said, then why is GYOKERES apparently suing? Which is apparent. Now, Arsenal want GYOKERES. It's quite obvious Arsenal want GYOKERES. Anyone who talks about Arsenal don't want GYOKERES is a liar. You know what I mean? Because they do want him. Of course they want him. But he has already set his heart on Manchester United. He's going to Manchester United. The 60 million plus 10 million in add-ons is what Manchester United offered. But obviously, they've moved the goalpost slightly. They want 70 million now, don't they? Straight up 70 million. So, with 10 million in add-ons, I believe. So at the end of the day, look, Man United have to work out a deal. I think they will work out a deal. The deal still needs to be done, and that is important, of course. The deal will be done, I believe. Sal, what do you think of GYOKERES and Sporting? Who do you think is right? Natty, I see it from both ends of the spectrum. I'll be honest with you. If this was Manchester United and a player of ours, I'd be like, you know what? We had a gentleman's agreement. It shows more about a person who breaks a gentleman's agreement than the person who is asking for a transfer, Obviously, Sporting Lisbon, right, are looking after their own benefit. The agent, in particular, is looking after his own benefit. He wants money. This is what it is. It all boils down to agents. At the end of the day, this is exactly what Sir Alex Ferguson used to say, isn't it? About agents and stuff like that, about how he doesn't trust agents, etc. You know, and what I would say is that the agent is causing an issue. This is the same agent that gave us the runaround with Frankie de Jong, if we remember. You know, it's the same one. So don't be surprised if he tries to play the same tactics as well. You know, so I would say that it is a double-edged sword in regards to a lot of things, but mostly towards the agent, because he's the one pushing this, right? Sporting Lisbon, Manchester United have been in constant contact. Communication between Amram and GYOKERES has been constant as well, and they've been talking very, very regularly. So I find it weird that all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's this negativity, there's this toxic things going on around the transfer. No surprise there. And people will be lying if they think there isn't any toxicity. There are some people saying that the deal is done. Don't worry, the deal is done. Look, the deal is not done. Right? And this is people are talking about. He will go to Manchester United, but the deal is not done. Right? It is not done. Right? Man United still need to clarify the transfer fee and etc. It's not been accepted. And until Ornstein, Fabrizio, and those people of that nature, Ben Jacobs of that nature, mention it, then we can start saying the deal is done. I would say, however, that the Mbeumo deal is done. It is done. It's already got it. Literally just a few ironing out of the few finer details. That's it. That's it. The finer details is all it matters, guys. You know, it would be great because obviously Manchester City are improving. They've got a lot of great players who've just signed for the football club. They've been bombarding my Twitter page with loads of spreadsheets and that, how much they've spent and stuff. Look, listen, the bottom line is, and I will say it like this, Manchester City, the bottom line, okay? Manchester United will win trophies without money handed to them, right? We win trophies. Right? We win trophies with money we make organically, right? Doesn't matter what debt we're in. We still use our own money, okay? Debt is debt. You know, debt is debt. Bank debt, everything. That's our debt, right? At the end of the day, that's our debt. But we use our own money. We didn't need handouts, right? We didn't need handouts to win trophies, to win treble. You know, we didn't need a handout. No oil money, no Manchester City. Let me just clear that up for you, Man City fans. No oil money, no Manchester City trophies. Nothing. Guys, nothing. The only trophy you'll be winning is the Johnson's Paint Trophy in the bloody League One if it wasn't for oil money. Now, you've done very well. You are run very well. That's a given. We know that you run very well. But let's not pretend that you busted a gut trying to win trophies from history, right? You were just making up the numbers in Manchester. No, Stockport was your rival. You know, so let's just calm down, Man City, right? Let's calm down and let's understand where the Premier League was, you know, before Manchester United started becoming successful. Let's talk about the hooliganism and all the fact that teams are banned from Europe for that amount of time because of Liverpool. Now, let's talk about how Man United bought the Premier League from the doldrums to success. Let's talk about that. Because at the end of the day, we did it without oil money, without money given to us, like Man City, like Chelsea as well, and like PSG. And that is what it is at the end of the day. Now, you can send 1,000 spreadsheets to my Twitter page. It's not going to change my mind. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is no oil, no success for Manchester City, no Manchester City. End. Fact. Okay? That is it. Right? That is what we're talking about here. End. Fact. Over. Conversation over. Fabricated club. No one knows who you are. Not even where I am. And this is your hometown at the end of the day. Absolutely. Yeah, I've got you, Natty. No problem. We need George Mendes to smooth the relationship. Yeah, we do. Big up. Bro, when have you ever been said Victor wanted Man United? Many times. Many times. He doesn't mind a Man United. He didn't say, I want Manchester United. Give me Manchester United. He said, I don't mind going to Manchester United because of the Ruben Amram effect. You know, he wants to come to Manchester United. He wouldn't mind that. Unfortunately, with whatever's going on at the moment in between the agents and stuff, it has caused a little bit of aggro. Now, look at what's going on right now. Laura Bill. Look what's going on right now. Okay, look, he has apparently threatened to sue, right? Because he's not going to Manchester United. What does that tell you? He wants to go to Man United, right? He wants to go to Man United. So that tells you he wants to go to Man United. If he wanted to go to Arsenal apparently willing to pay the money, why is there all this commotion and toxicity? Why is it? Because apparently all he would do is just accept Arsenal, right? He would just go to Arsenal and that's it. You know, so obviously he wants to come to Manchester United, and Manchester United have made an offer, and they are playing around at the moment. I firmly believe GYOKERES will be a Manchester United player anyway. We know that he will be a Manchester United player, but that's not to say that all this toxicity and mess that is going on at the moment doesn't exist. You know, Yale. I don't know, sir, but I heard on a different stream that agent have recorded a meeting about the agreement. Sporting could face a transfer ban. This can get really ugly. Look, speculation, Yale. That's the first time I've heard that, but it is speculation. And one thing we have to do is take a lot of things with a pinch of salt, Yale. There are a lot of people who are just doing this for clicks and likes. So it's very important that we take it with a pinch of salt, you know, in regards to recording. Because I heard there was no recording. That's what I heard. There was no recording, and people were saying, why didn't they record it in regards to the gentleman's agreement and all that? You know, so I would take that pinch. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying that. But what I would say is that just take these rumors with a little bit of a pinch of salt, if you know what I mean. It's always been reported that Arsenal are speaking with both Sesko and Victor. Yeah, then what does that tell you, Loribo? You know, what does that tell you? Arsenal are willing to pay the money for Victor GYOKERES, but why is GYOKERES? Why is he angry at the moment, fighting with his agent? Because he wants the Man United offer to be accepted. That's why. If Arsenal are willing to pay the money that the agent wants, then there's no complaint if he wants to go to Arsenal, isn't it? At the moment, Arsenal are only in talks with Sesko. They're not in talks with Victor GYOKERES, as much as people say. They are in communication with Sporting Lisbon. There's a difference, right? That is not going on at the moment. So let's wait and see. Big up Danny B. Anyway, GYOKERES is, gone on a little bit of a holiday. He'll be back anyway. GYOKERES, big up Danny B. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hit the like button, Lucas watching. Big up. Thank you, Acosta. Thank you, Danny B. Big up the legend, of course. Bro, the man wants a trophy, so he go to Arsenal. Why go Arsenal? You know what I mean? He's never going to win a trophy at Arsenal. Arsenal just not going to win a trophy, especially with the light bulb. You know, the light bulb. He's not going to win the trophy. Absolutely not. Thank you so much, Natty. Big up yourself. Football Red Devils, PR around MNC is a circus. If it wasn't for United, the sporting president would keep this behind doors. Don't you think so, Football Red Devils? This is what's going on, isn't it? Every time Man United come calling, there is dramas. Man United need a Netflix series. I think the cameras should follow Man United wherever we go, especially when we're going after a player, because it seems like drama follows us everywhere, doesn't it? Look, you know what? When I was sitting there last week, I was thinking to myself, Mbeumo wants to come to Manchester United. We just signed Cunha. GYOKERES is very close. I was thinking, surely nothing can go wrong. Surely this isn't going to go pear-shaped. Surely. Here we are this week, Thursday, and here we go. all the noises that are happening around Man United at the moment. I supported the full Saudi takeover. It's not popular, but it's my opinion. Man United forever. You mean the guitar one, my friend? I'm so happy to have found your channel. It's the best channel. It's honest channel. God bless you, brother. Thank you, Miles. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. You are a legend. Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate that. Thank you, mate. And don't forget to spread the word. Chris, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Natty. Victor also does not want to be a second choice after Sesko. This is exactly the point I'm making. You know, at the end of the day, look, I don't believe that Arsenal will get both. There was rumours earlier on. Someone told me they could get both. I don't think Sesko is going to go to Arsenal to sit on the bench. I don't think GYOKERES, of course, is not going to go to Arsenal to sit on the bench. It's just like Man United won't sign Osimhen and GYOKERES because at the end of the day, we'll have Cunha and Mbeumo. One of them would have to sit on the bench, which I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. Absolutely. Kevin, what's going on, my friend? What's the story? Morning glory. Hope you're doing well, Kevin. Hope you're well. Look, I said it this morning. The Mbeumo deal is almost done. The deal will be done. Obviously, we could wait until the 1st of July for the start of the financial year, the financial period, of course. So that could all go through on the 1st of July. Diego Leon is coming around that time. So that's not to say we won't get a here we go in regards to Mbeumo, but putting pen to paper on a deal will be on the 1st of July. I'm guessing, but this is what I'm looking at, what I'm thinking, what I'm hearing is that it's going to be on the 1st of July that many players are going to come in, and they're all going to come in at the same time, you know, and that's what they're going to do. So hopefully these players will come. If they don't, then you know what? I'm going to start upping the ante in regards to the INEOS and the pressure on INEOS and stuff like that. I'm going to go absolutely bad. Absolutely. Delightful. What's going on? Good day. What's the news? I'm in Mbeumo, nearly a Manchester United player, I would say, Delight. What I would say, guys, is treat it like this, right? I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up, but treat it like this. Mbeumo is a Manchester United player. Mbeumo will be a Manchester United player, barring something ridiculous, right? Something ridiculous. For example, Brentford changed their minds. They won another 20 million. But then again, when you do things like that, you run the risk of keeping a disgruntled, unhappy player. So Mbeumo has already said that he wants to go to Manchester United. Manchester United is where he wants to go, and that is where he shall go. He will be at Manchester United next season. It is early days. The window is early. Yes, we can be concerned. I understand that. People are concerned. People are a little bit fidgety. I know I am sometimes. I'm thinking I get worried and stuff like that, but don't. Man United will be ready next season. I guarantee it. Eric, what's going on? Are there any plans to sign a new goalkeeper? There's a few, Eric. But right now, Man United are concentrating on the strikers and the attacking side of things. Because when you look at Man United's biggest problem last season, it was the goal scoring thing, wasn't it? It was the goal scoring thing. Man United do want a new goalkeeper. I believe if we get Mbeumo and GYOKERES through the door, Man United will be looking for a new goalkeeper. Of course, Man United will be looking for a new goalkeeper as well. Of course, there has been rumours about various goalkeepers at Manchester United, who Manchester United are in for. Yesterday, Ben Jacobs broke that Marcin Bolka, the Nice goalkeeper, Polish international, has been gaining the interest of Manchester United. So that is promising. It shows you that Man United are looking at goalkeepers, which is great. We need goalkeepers. We need the strikers. Two things that we need desperately, you know. I still believe we need another midfielder in there. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Casemiro next season. I do think he's a little bit leggy. I do think he's a little bit slow. But obviously he has got experience. That's important. But I just think the Premier League is too quick for him. Also, in regards to the right wing back, I think that Man United do need a right wing back, whether it's Roger Fernandes, whether it's Vanderson. One of these players would be good. If Man United can get these three attacking players in Mbeumo, Cunha, and Cunha's here, of course, but Mbeumo and GYOKERES alongside a goalkeeper and a midfielder and a right wing back, that's a 10 out of 10 window for me. That is a 10 out of 10 window. In particular, if we get rid of Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Shaw, these players, there's 5 players right there that need to lead the football club. So this is just as important. You know, no, Man United don't need to sell players to buy players at the moment. We have a 250 million PSR FFP ranking, of course, so we can spend around that much before we start getting hit with FFP. But Man United, if they want to have more flexibility in regards to transfers, they're going to have to offload some players and you know, build up that FFP a little bit more, of course. Natty, I fear we will not sign any midfielders unless we sell a midfield. It's going to be difficult, Natty, to sign a midfielder. It's going to be difficult to Man United sign a midfielder. It's going to be difficult to do everything at once. Ruben Amorim has already said that we won't get all the deals done at once. You know, I firmly believe if I was going to be a betting man, I wouldn't go beyond GYOKERES and Mbeumo and Cunha. I know that's wrong. I think Mbeumo, Cunha and GYOKERES will be it this summer. That is if I was going to be a betting man. There is a percentage that we'll sign a goalkeeper as well. I think that is it. But as Ruben Amorim said, we're not gonna do all our business in one window. It's sad. We have to, because other teams are improving. But you know, if we get GYOKERES, Cunha, and Mbeumo, that's not a bad front line, is it? That is quite an underrated front line for me. That is a very, very strong front line, in my opinion. Delight, what's Man United take on getting a midfielder? At the moment, I think Man United will go straight after they went for the attack. Man United will go for a goalkeeper, what I'm hearing. So will Man United get enough time? You know, we need to offload some players. Once we sign GYOKERES and Mbeumo and Cunha, that will build it up to 60, 120, nearly 200 million, probably over 200 million. So Man United do need to offload some players as well. Our FFP is 250 odd million before we start getting hit. So Man United need to start selling some players as well. Hopefully, Anthony will be leaving. Obviously, there's rumors about Anthony going around. Batiste won another loan. Absolutely unacceptable. We don't want any more loans for our players. It's buy it or nothing. You buy it or nothing, because we need to sell these players. And obviously, Anthony is wanted by more than one football club. Garnacho is wanted by a number of football clubs, so we can get those two. Those two would probably be the easiest two to get rid of. Unlike Rashford and Sancho, who will be difficult to get rid of because obviously their wages and obviously the reputation it goes before them, doesn't it? You know, so we can get rid of Anthony and Garnacho. It's not ideal. I didn't want to get rid of Garnacho. I like Garnacho. One of my favorite players is Garnacho. But, you know, it's Man United have to do what we have to do. And obviously Ruben Amorim has to do what he wants to do for the team to succeed. LB 1998. Mbeumo has never played number 10 position in his life. The difference is, LB 1998, is that if you understand the formation of what Ruben Amorim does, it's not just a rigid number 10. What he does, the two number 10s, they spread, they go onto the wings. They act as wingers. They act as number 10s and they act as wingers. I know what you mean, that he hasn't played that often. I do believe he's played it a couple of times in his old, not at Brentford, but his previous club. But they do drift onto the right. Like, for example, Mbeumo will drift onto the right a little bit and collaborate with the right wing. That's what's going to happen. So what happens is that when the right wing and the left wing go forward in this formation, they do cut in like that. And sometimes the two number 10s can split as well. So it is a very versatile, complicated formation. But I don't believe that we're going to sign Mbeumo based on, you know what, that he's just a winger and he can't play number 10. I firmly believe he will be a great number 10. He scored 20 goals last season. You know, I think he can do it. I really do. Big up 1998. Remember in the last season, he scored 9 goals. This is a panic buy. It's not a panic buy, mate. It's not a panic buy. It's early days. How can it be a panic buy in June? It can't be. I'm worried no one go out this season and get PSR point deduction next season. I'm worried one will go out this season and get a PSR point deduction this season. What I would say in regards to as well, people downplaying Mbeumo, we'll look at the stats in a minute, how many goals and how many assists he's had. 20 goals last season. It's not bad, is it, for Brentford? You know, a lot of people are going to be downplaying him, of course. Cunha looks very good in the United shirt. So glad we got him. Absolutely, Yale. Looks brilliant. Can't wait till he starts. Mbeumo isn't a number 10 for fuck's sake. What the fuck is this club doing? He's had one good season. That is a counter-attacking winger. LB, I understand that you don't like Mbeumo, but Mbeumo is a fantastic player, mate. And, you know, a lot of people are downplaying Mbeumo because we didn't sign your favorite player. Sadly, that's how football works, mate. Garnacho is one of my favorite players. We're going to be selling him. That's how football works. I have no affiliation with certain players. I go by what Ruben Amorim wants, you know? If he wants Mbeumo, I take Mbeumo. I supported this club for nearly 40 years, LB 1998, right? So I know who is a good player and who is not a good player. A player who plays for Brentford and scored 20 goals in one season, right, is not a bad player. He's a good player, right? A good player. Because you look at his goals, most of those goals were self-made, you know, and you look at him and people who are downplaying Mbeumo, I just think it's just a sinister reason you're downplaying him, because at the end of the day, perhaps you wanted another player. You know, you wanted someone else. You know, bring in the player you want, mate. Tell me who you would like as our number 10. Who was that Polish goalkeeper we are linked to? Bolka, mate. Bolka. Second Polish goalkeeper would be for Man United. We had Kuszak. You remember him? Absolutely. Delightful. What's the news on Garnacho? I haven't heard much about Garnacho, but he does want to stay in the Premier League. This is the only thing I'm hearing at the moment. But there will be offers coming in thick and fast next week. Offers will be coming in for the likes of Garnacho and Anthony in particular. So these two players, hopefully we get a bidding war on those two players. Hopefully get a bidding war. So if we get a bidding war on those two players, it's going to just go, the price is just going to go higher and higher, isn't it? At the end of the day. You know, so hopefully we get that. There will be some bids coming in. especially for Garnacho and Anthony. The rest of them, Sancho, Shaw, Rashford, it's going to be difficult to get rid of them. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be another loan. Barcelona said they'll take Rashford, but they only take him on loan. You know, I fear that Sancho is going to play down his last year of his contract as well. That is a problem as well. Bulking up, big up, Kazi. Hope you're doing well. At the end of the day, you told us 300 times LB 1998 that he's not a he's not. And you told us 100 times that he's not a number 10. Who said he's not a number 10? You? He is. He can play number 10, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Goodness me. Did you see the fake news about Manchester United fans criticizing Cunha for missing chances, hated, adored, never ignored? Those people are the ones that are spreading the hate, isn't it? Cunha had an assist against, was it Paraguay? He had an assist. So at the end of the day, you know, let the haters hate on. Let them hate on, because what that does, right? That just basically shows that we're on the way back, and they fear a resurgent Man United. They fear that Man United are on the way back. You know, that's what they fear at the end of the day. Man United have finished their signing Cunha. Yeah, Cunha's a Man United player. Yeah, as I told you, Robert, long time ago. LB, Mbeumo is the biggest panic buy I've seen a number 10. One more, LB, you're blocked, mate. You're repeating yourself now. Who is GYOKERES? Midgard, GYOKERES. You know who he is. He's a striker who plays for Sporting Lisbon. Have you heard of him? Have you heard of him? I'd like you to pronounce my name, Midgard. You won't be able to pronounce it. If I say my name fully, I won't pull you up on it, because no one cares how many dots you have on your zeros, mate, on your noughts and your zeros. No one cares, mate. It's GYOKERES. You know what I mean? It's Victor. Who cares? You know what I mean? This is not Harvard. This is Stretford Post. Hey, Sal, what do you think of the new home kit? Average, lack of imagination. They're losing ideas. They're running out of ideas. Even, look, I like the black kit. I like that. But what I would say about that is they're copying the old kits. So where's the imagination coming from? That's the only thing I would say. But I don't buy the kits anymore. You know, I stopped doing that a few years ago because of the Glazers. GYOKERES is a sporting striker. Or GYOKERES. He's just trying to do pronunciations and stuff. New kit has not been buying it till all the sign our targets. Chris, my guy, absolutely. Tulip, we need to get the Mbeumo and GYOKERES deal over the line, and then a keeper. If Arsenal snap up GYOKERES, I'll be fuming. I think we all will, my friend Tulip. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Just a striker who contracted 80 goals this season for Carbon Cup. I don't think he's talking. I think he's trying to correct me in regards to pronunciation and stuff like that. Goodness me. Xavi Simons. What, is that the same Xavi Simons who died against England? Yeah, absolutely. GYOKERES is the guy. Need him badly. If then Osman. If neither, we're cooked. Absolutely. Guys, Robert, you're the next coach for Manchester United. No chance, mate. Chris, what's a stupid comment? Panic buy. Stupid comment. People just don't like it. Oh, I'm not getting my favorite player. Oh, I love Xavi Simons. Oh, I love Trincao. I'm not getting my favorite player. Get my favorite player through the door, please. 20 goals in the Premier League, my guy. You know what I mean? 20 goals. We don't play a traditional number 10. People will look at football so bloody dunce. It's like, goodness me, I have to force it down their throat. We don't play number 10s, narrowly number 10s. We split the number 10s into wingers. A unique style of play, but you don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. It's just crazy. Chippy, what's going on? How many goals did Rabbit Boy get at Arsenal? Who's Rabbit Boy? Which one's Rabbit Boy, Chippy? Which one's Rabbit Boy? I don't get it. I don't get it. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. You're losing me. Maybe if you I might remember. Absolutely. Yeah, but he's less of a player and unproven in the Premier League. We could argue that point. Mbeumo is the right winger, but he has played a centre forward, Ruben number 10 role, but he has played a centre forward, Ruben number 10 role, and a second striker. Absolutely, Yale. There you go. People talk for the sake of talking. Mbeumo is a fantastic player. Why do people doubt him? Because they want another player, Nati. Their favourite player is not signing for Man United, so they want to downplay another player. That's what they do. I read that AC Milan are planning a 50 million package for Garnacho. He's wanted by a lot of Italian clubs. Fun show. 50 million is not enough for Garnacho. No. 60 plus incentives. 60 plus incentives, we'll be talking. Absolutely. Tulip. Mbeumo can play number 10 easy. Most of his work is contained in that channel. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely, Tulip. Sorry. Absolutely. We are letting City buy United fan Naipan. He's already there, mate. He's gone on loan, though. Having nightmares about Man United. Chippy, big up, Chippy. Please stop replying to him. I'm not going to reply to him anymore, Chris. He's gone in a minute if he carries on. Yeah, there we are. He's on a timeout. Beef Bully, what if a man does get injured, Sal? Then we're effed. Royally effed, Beef Bully. We'll be effed. We will be effed. Absolutely. LT, big up, Sal. Sometimes I wonder if people comment are real Man United fans. All they do is negative comments with no substance and can't even come up with realistic solutions. This is really tiring. LT, I agree, mate. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, mate. I really am. You know, people can speak all they want, you know what I mean, about or what they want, how they want. But as long as it's constructive, I don't mind. I don't mind. You know, but saying that Mbeumo's not a number 10, he can't play number 10, it's a panic buy, then I would like to know what isn't a panic buy. I mean, for me, Xavi Simons reminds me of Memphis Depay. And we're going to bring Xavi Simons in. I've seen Xavi Simons in the Euros against England. It was atrocious. You know, so there you go. Oh, Midgard, no problem, mate. I didn't mean anything by it, Midgard. I hope you're doing well, just being tongue-in-cheek. I hope you're good. GYOKERES. I mean, there you go. Big up Midgard, by the way. Hope you're doing well. And we are signing Premier League because these players are Premier League proven. Absolutely, Dylan. Absolutely. Yale, Mbeumo had 28 goal points. The really good numbers, 20 goals and 8 assists. Massive numbers, mate. Massive numbers. For Brentford as well. For Brentford. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Havertz. I think they're selling him, aren't they, Chippy? What I heard. Milan with Garnacho and Modric, they will be a good team next year. Yeah, if they get him. Yeah. Slow league as well. Hi, Sal. What do you think of Roger Fernandes' game yesterday? I like Roger Fernandes, Leeson. I think it's a good one. I think there are two right wing backs that I like, Leeson, is Roger Fernandes and Vanderson. Those are the two. Vanderson, of course, has been called up to Brazil national squad by, obviously, Ancelotti. So, yeah, a good player. Very good player. Young, cheap as well, Leeson. I prefer we go with Ferran Torres, swap with Rashford. I want that guy out so badly with his stupid wages. Fun show. The problem is, and let me say it, yeah? The problem is that Marcus Rashford is a homegrown player. So, obviously, if Man United swap, for example, Ferran Torres with Rashford, it will affect FFP and PSR. This is my point. My point is this FFP and PSR nonsense, they need to scrap it, to be honest. They need to scrap PSR, get rid of it, because it's just destroying football, in my opinion. It really is. What they need to do, if they really cared about English teams, English football, in regards to the smaller teams, they would say this: you have to play a certain amount of youngsters in the squad, in the team, every match day. You have to have this many young players in the match day squad, homegrown. Maybe they should do that, and then we'll see a more even balance of football. Kevin, we did sign Southampton, though, bro. We did sign Southampton player, bro. Yeah, we did. We did, yes. Didn't we sign Schneiderlin from Southampton? Yeah, we signed him from Southampton. Who said we didn't? Who said we didn't sign Southampton players? Of course we have. We signed Schneiderlin in the past. Who else have we signed from Southampton? Guys, there's a question. There is a question. Big up, Jengas. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Grayo, what's going on, brother? Set fire already. So thanks to everyone for smashing out. Big up, Grayo. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope everything is good with you, mate. Good to see you, bro. Long time. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you had a good time. Roger looks decent, young and very cheap. Supposedly, I'd move for Dalot on if it means we can get Roger. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dalot. The problem is, Jengas, is that Ruben Amorim is a fan of Dalot. You know, that's the thing, you know. Natty. So, why do we not force the agent of the players to find a new club? Why do we not force the agent of the players to find a new club? Don't get that. Don't get that. Sorry, Nutty. We just signed a super talent from Hampton. Southampton or Hampton. Hampton's a different place. You mean Southampton? or Saints? The players that we were after is a free transfer. I spoke about him here, Harley Emston James. We got him on a free transfer. We're getting him on a free transfer. Centre-back playing for England under 15s. That's the player we are potentially signing on a free transfer. He's only 16 years old. 16 years old, centre-back, Southampton Academy. Is that the one you mean? Luke Shaw, there you go, Dylan. Thank you. I mean, he doesn't play often enough for me to remember him, for goodness sake. Fernandez from Southampton looks a beast in midfield. Yeah, they got some decent players. Luke Shaw, yeah, there you go. Luke Shaw, I've forgotten him. He's the forgotten man. How can I forget bloody Luke Shaw? God blimey. You know, he hasn't played enough football. Oh, God. Danny Wallace. There you go, Step. There's the knowledge right there, guys. Alan Shearer was that Southampton player before he should have signed. Went to Blackburn. Blackburn had the money at the time. Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? The butterfly effect and all that, I don't really mind. Because the way things worked out for Man United back then, it was all good. All good in the hood. It's a bit like when we would have signed Ronaldinho when we wouldn't have got CR7, you know? It is the sliding doors sort of thing about football, isn't it? Portuguese bias isn't. Absolutely. Luke Glass-Shaw, there you go. In Mbeumo, number 10, our right wing back, Maz, right centre back. Midgard, one thing I would ask you, Midgard. Would you keep Ahmad as a right wing back? And the reason I ask you this question is because a lot of people have told me, I kind of understand it. He's a little bit small for wing back position. He's too small defensively. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? Is his defensive awareness, you know, a natural defensive ability, good enough? Let me know, Midgard. Let me know. I'm thinking, you know. Yeah, I was searching his name. Big up Yale. Yeah, I mentioned him earlier, Kenny, in this morning's show. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mentioned him in this morning's show, Kevin. I heard the Southampton kid will cost us $1 million, Sal. Maybe some type of compensation cost us. Yeah, it's a little bit of compensation. He didn't sign a new contract with Southampton. So Man United, it is because obviously he's a youth player of the academy. Man United do have to pay a small fee, a bit like we did with Aiden Heaven, but it's basically nothing for them. You know, it's about £970,000, something like that. I heard something like that. Mark, afternoon, great show. Big up, Mark. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Rigatiti, we're not getting Osman. We will end up with Mateta, says Rigatiti. I mean, there you go. Fabrizio Romano in the chat, my friends. Fabrizio Romano in the chat. Yale, I would try and get Vanderson as white wing back. So would I, Yale. Spot on. I would as well. Grayo, my friend. Asal, what happened to the links to the giant 6'5" Milinkovic-Savic? It's gone quiet, but Man United are at the moment concentrating on attacking at the moment, the attacking areas of the field, the number 10s and the strikers. So that's why we're concentrated. In regards to Angel Gomez has signed for Marseille, Grayo. He signed for Marseille day before yesterday. Around day before yesterday, he's already signed for Marseille. He's a Marseille player. Here we go, Marseille player. Tulip. Harley is a baller, super technical and good on the ball. In a couple of years, he can slot into the central defensive role. Aiden on the left and Yora on the right. That centre-back partnership potentially. Tulip, you know what? Spot on. These are exciting times in regards to the youth team. Definitely. I have no worries about Man United's defence, by the way. The three at the back. Dalit, Yoro, Mazrui, Licha. You know, these players there, and Maguire on the bench, of course, are very good players. Added to Kolungi, added to Fredrickson as well. I think Man United got good front back three. And if we get this Emston in, we have got him in by the looks of it. So it'll be good. He's not physical enough to play right wing back. I agree, Natty. I agree with that. That is the comment, Natty. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he's physical enough and defensively aware to play right wing back. It's a very difficult position, you know? Jengas, Shearer was a proper bastard, Sal. When I hate opposing players, I know they are good. The reason I don't like Shearer, Jengas, and I remember Shearer all his career, right? He was a fantastic striker, unbelievable gunman. He put the ball in the back of the net easily, you know? But what I would say is that his hatred for Manchester United really resonated with me, you know? But we caused him a lot of pain, you know? We did, because deep down in his soul, right? Deep down in his heart, He knows that he missed out on an opportunity to sign for Man United, and he probably would have missed out on a treble. But then again, there you go, butterfly effect, sliding doors moment again. If we signed Shearer, would we won a treble? Would have he gotten the end of the flick from Sheringham in 1999 for Solskjaer to win it? Who knows? You know what I mean? Savic is actually 6'7", not bloody unit, Tulip. Bloody unit. Fabrizio from Timu. Big up. Oh, goodness. LT, can you also remember that this was a mini bonus transfer? Absolutely. World Cup, so we can stop stressing, and Cunha will be an unofficial. Exactly, LT. It was a mini window. And that's what people seem to forget. They seem to be forgetting about this little mini window that it was, you know, and crying about it. It's sad. It's sad. Good day, Jeff. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Wilcox has his finger on the pulse in terms of the youth. Absolutely. Now we need a few more experienced players as well, Tulip. You know, we need to get some experienced players in there as well. But fair play to Wilcox. He's finding some gems. Absolutely. Apart from Delat, he missed out on that one. Joseph, what players do you want to have when the transfer window opens again on the 16th, both on attack, midfield, and defensive line? Obviously, I want Mbeumo to be finished. I want GYOKERES through the door. If we don't get GYOKERES, I want Osimhen. I've always been a fan of Ederson. I would have liked Ederson at the club in a midfield capacity. If we don't get Ederson, I would have liked Richard Rios or Wharton in the football club. That sort of player. If we didn't get, and then on the right wing, I would have liked Roger Fernandez or Vanderson. And the goalkeeper I would like. My favourite is Donnarumma, but don't think we're going to get Donnarumma. But if I don't get a guy, I like Milinkovic-Savic. I do like the sound of Bolka. I think he's good. Bolka, by the way, guys, we were asking the question yesterday about Bolka. Bolka's a bread. Bolka's a big chunky roll. So Bolka is a bread. So we're asking the question yesterday. It's a big bread, piece of bread. Basically, we're signing Mr. Bread, right? So yeah, Bolka, decent goalkeeper, but I'm a fan of other goalkeepers as well. But anyone is better than Onana at the moment, I would say. No, nothing toxic in regards to that. I just think it's the case what we're dealing with. Tulip, Ahmed will be the right wing back against bottom half teams where we would dominate the ball, and territorially, Dalot will play versus top half teams where we need to defend more. Simple. It's not as simple, Tulip, if he wants to be on the bench. And there was rumours that Ahmed doesn't want to be on the bench, you know? And will Dalot want to be on the bench at his age? He's got World Cup to think about. Remember that, Tulip. I'm not convinced with Kokonki Sal, but as always, I hope I am wrong. But defensively, he moves slow, good technically, but obviously, yeah, we saw him in the friendlies against Hong Kong and the Asian All-Stars, didn't we? Yeah, caught out of position a couple of times, in particular the Asian All-Stars game. Wasn't always full. I would like to see him alongside some experienced players. He's a beast. He's huge. He's an absolute unit, in my opinion. But obviously, I know what you mean. Not quite ready. He's still very young. Let's not forget. So yeah, he has time to improve. Of course, they all hate United because we're the reason they couldn't win any silverware. That's exactly what it is, my friend Tulip. Absolutely. Kokongi is solid. Not every player has to be prime Rio. Even the squad players can be useful. He's young. Let him improve. He might be Rio. We never know, of course. Percival, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Am I the only one stressing about a goalkeeper? No, you're not. You're definitely not, Percival. Absolutely. We got a lot of people in this stream stressing about a goalkeeper, including myself. Get GYOKERES banging in goals, but if we continue conceding silly goals, we can't fight for the title, even for top four. Yeah, we need a goalkeeper. I agree. Grayo, new profile bit, brother. Oh, I was like, is this a bootleg Grayo? Is someone trying to bootleg my brother Grayo? Big up, Grayo. I'll get ya. Rubo Mensa Bonso. Ruben Mensa Bonso? What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. When are United going to release Cunha photos of him in the shirt? They've already done it. 1st of July officially, but there is one out. I believe. Look at the pictures. Basically, look at the pictures on Twitter. Look at the pictures on Twitter. You'll see him in a United jersey. You know the kit launch. He's in that. Ahmad is actually a good right wing back because he drifts in and beats a man and is strong like Messi at the young age. Can be a wing back. I think that it fits the Mbeumo online unless he doesn't come to United. I just don't think he's defensively aware enough Midgard. I think he's been caught out a number of times in defence. That can improve. He's not a natural wing back. He wasn't raised as a wing back, in my opinion. Was not raised to play wing back position. So I'm a little bit concerned, and he's also a little bit on the lightweight side in regards to wing back position. And running backwards and forwards from the wing back all the way to the top of the pitch, you need lungs. You need lungs, and I think he's a little bit small in regards to that. But as an attacking force on that side, good. The wing back is a little bit suspect, in my opinion. But as the guy said earlier on, it could be that they can use him against smaller clubs in that wing back position. You know? And that's what I would say. One second, I'm just responding to that message. Jengas. Solid, he gets run regularly in the under-21s. If you watch the youth, you'd know this. He's young, though. We got to be careful with the young players, mate. Jengas, you've got to be careful. They are young at the end of the day. Fredrickson gets run as well. You know, it's just the way it is. Fredrickson got slaughtered in the game, in the Premier League game. I think it was a couple of games before we ended the season. So you have to give them a chance to develop, you know. In terms of Ahmad, right wing back, I think in games where he going to be all out attack, exactly. If it's perfectly, there will be tougher games like City, Liverpool, etc. Dalot will be used with the Dorgu for more defensive. I agree, LT. Spot on. Think like me, mate. Think like me. You do. Juna, he's young. He will be better than Lindelof at least. He's young. We have to remember that. Absolutely. Ruben, he's going to play Mbeumo right wing back. No, he won't. No, he won't. No, he won't. No. Sorry, Ruben. No. Good take on Sheeran in 96. If we had him, it would be in 97, 99, Beef Bully. Agreed. I do. I don't think we would have won the Champions League with him. I don't. We had Cantona. We didn't win the Champions League in 97. I think Dortmund were an incredibly tough team to play against in 97. If you're talking about 1997, Dortmund were a tough team. We had Cantona up front. We had Andy Cole. We had all these great strikers. And let's not forget, guys, Andy Cole, pound for pound, is the most prolific Premier League striker who never took penalties. Let me tell you that, right? Never took penalties. Took one penalty in his whole career, right? So let's not forget about Andy Cole. We had players there. Tulip, yeah, squad players are needed, definitely. Natty, so if we do not sign any midfielder, what is your preferred midfield partnership? Ugarte and it's going to be Bruno. We can't leave Bruno out. It's going to be Bruno, but I would like Mainu, but it's going to be Bruno, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Eze would be a great to sign, bro. I mentioned him this morning, Kevin, as well. Yeah, he's Man United is still interested in Eze if things don't go to plan. Jeff, it's just a matter of time that Mbeumo is coming. Yep, GYOKERES is a bit confusing, but my second choice will be Osimhen. We can do a lot of damage on the other end. Just happy we get the transfers going. Absolutely, Jeff. Spot on. Tulip, no, he's a luxury player, doesn't press or track back, and Mbeumo is better. Sal, what's your opinion about Ter Stegen come to United? He is out of Barcelona. Don't rate him, Ashik. I don't rate him. Makes too many mistakes. Never seen him make a great save in my life since I've been watching football the last few years. Never seen him make a good save. Maybe I'm being cruel, but he's better than Onana. I'll give you that. Please smash the like button, subscriber. Thank you so much, Gray. You're absolute legend. Let's get to 12,000 subscribers. Come on, guys. Jengas, I think people are getting gassed about Kokunki because of the attributes when he's unrealistic expectation. I don't think anyone has realistic expectations, Jengas. I think what people are saying, Jengas, is that Kokunki is young and he can improve. Players make mistakes when they're young, and he's got the attributes to potentially become a great player. He's got the attributes. Whether he becomes a great player or not is another story. But what we don't do at Man United, and Jengas, you should know this, we don't downplay young players. We don't slander them and say they're crap before they've even stepped onto a Premier League pitch. You know, let's wait until he develops. How old is he? 17, 18? You know, let's wait until it develops. You know, we all know young players at that age, especially defenders, they're going to take time. Let's just be cool. You know, let's not just lie. When no one is saying that he should start, no one is saying that he's going to be this superstar, you know, but who knows what he's going to be? No one knows. You know, he's still young. He's going to make mistakes. Absolutely. Ahmed Spencer is a right wing back. It gives him more space to run into. He's the closest thing to Quendo we have. Too small for me. Premier League, he got exposed last season, Tulip. many times. Too small for me. Unless we're playing a lower team. He gets out of position, in my opinion, and not strong enough on the defensive. That's what I would say. And I've spoken to some other players. I spoke to an ex-player. I'm not going to say who it is, but he told me that about the same thing. He was a right back, and he told me that he's a little bit lightweight for that position. You know, it was an he's an ex-championship player. He played in championships. Genghis Khan Jr., I'm not seeing it, to be honest. We see these players as backups and squad options for the future. Big up anyway. Opinion has been a thank you so much, Graham. Thank you for the super chat. You legend. Really appreciate that, brother. You absolute legend. Absolutely. Guys, it's opinion. It's opinion. What we don't do at Man United, all I would say is that whether he becomes a great player or not, whether he's a good player or not, let's not jump on him too soon. Yeah? Let's just relax, because he's not going to be in a Man United squad yet. It's going to take a while. He might need to go on loan first. I don't agree. Is anyone saying? I don't agree. Anyone saying Leon will be Carlos? Kunki, well, class. Most fans know they are young and need time. That is the whole point. I don't think anyone's calling Diego Leon Roberto Carlos, mate. I don't think anyone has called him that. Let's not make up narratives to fit a narrative, if you know what I mean. Come on, Jengus. I worry, Johnny. What's going on? I worry we will end up with Bruno and Ugarte in the midfield pivots. That's what I worry about, Johnny. And I do think that's going to be the pivot, Johnny. I think that's going to be the pivot. Why else would Bruno stay at Man United and we lose 100 million? At least be the worst midfield partnership in the league. We're gonna have to rely heavily on the attack, you know, heavily. Carlos Baleba could be a good option. Very good player. Very good player. Tulip. Bruno has to stay in his position. If he's playing in the pivot, he has to be disciplined. We have now two number 10s who can create magic. He needs to be in his position. Tulip, that's a good point. Last season and previous seasons, Bruno has been drifting out into other positions on the pitch, maybe to try and compensate for the lack of Italian attack prowess. So I would say that he needs, now that he's got Cunha and Mbeumo, he can just get the ball to them and remain in his position and be disciplined. That's what I would say. Absolutely. There are corruption charges in Abu Dhabi cricket already, just like City. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Guys, look, you know what I would say? Guys, Jengus, Tulip, leave it. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. I have wrestlers about prove me wrong. We can't prove you wrong, Jengus, because he's 16, 17 years old, mate. We're going to have to wait a few years to do that. At the end of the day. One thing I would say, Jengus, I respect your opinion. Love you, brother. Like, you know what I mean? But obviously we have different opinions. And I'm not saying that he's going to be a great player. I'm not saying he's going to be a world-class player. I'm not saying he's going to be crap. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is that let's wait and see, when he develops. You know what I mean? Let's wait and see. Johnny, I don't think Amram wants his wingbacks to be defensive, though. He's sporting it. Yeah. If we can push the team forward, if we could be attacking like that, then it works. We're going to be on fire, Johnny. That's my opinion. We'll be on fire if it works. GYOKERES will go to Arsenal. They are in the Champions League. Who cares? We're Man United, Chris. Big up, Sal. It's all good to listen to you. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you. Keep safe and your family. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you very much. Yengus, loads of fools gassing home up, Sal. Thinking he's the first team option. He's a development player. No, he's a development player, Yengus. I agree. He's a development player. He's not a first team player yet. This is where it is. There's two ends to the spectrum, isn't there? There's overhyping and there's remaining cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic about Fredrickson. I'm cautiously optimistic about other players within the team as well. Tyler Fletcher and Collier and Ibrahimov and all these players and Chido and players like that. But I'm not carried away with it. I don't get carried away with it. There's many players who played at Man United who have failed. All I do is I try to be upbeat. That's it about younger players and stuff. That's all I try to be, But big up Jengas. Also, when you call the partnership, it's not because of Bruno. Bruno is a big problem in there, but Ugarte is too due to how much he loses the ball. We'll have to wait next season. Remember last season, Johnny, he didn't have a preseason. So let's see what he does this season. He had some good games as well. About 50, 60 million. A lot. You know what Brighton do, Ruben. You know what Brighton do, don't you? Midgard. Weird fact. United always won the league when numbers... Yeah, I got this one, Midgard. I've heard this before. When Grand Theft Auto comes out. And Grand Theft Auto is coming out next year. Isn't it? When is Grand Theft Auto? 15, 15, 16. When's the next Grand Theft Auto coming out? It's coming out in... I mean, we got to clutch onto every straw we could possibly clutch onto. Haven't we? Haven't we? You know what I mean? We have to clutch onto those straws. Oh, good. It's true, though. We have to. Good. Yeah, already left it. So, some seem to be preying on the youth's downfall. I let him do their thing. Let's see what happens. Big respect to you both. I am impressed with our backs. Our midfield should step up and stop losing possession at the balls. Yeah, we got another midfielder, can't we? Get Frankie de Jong. Yeah, Frankie de Jong's another one. He disrespected the club, didn't he? Apparently. I get you, Youngers. I get you. Reservation about me. Bring me one. I get you, brother. I actually think we would have gone and got Walton as well if Bruno had left. Probably, yeah. Guys, I think there was a lot of how would I say it? Emotional stuff going on in regards to Bruno, emotional stuff going on in regards to him, and a lot of feelings and stuff like that in regards to him, Let me just read this tweet, 1 second. God, these Man City fans are all on my timeline. Yeah, just reading a tweet, guys. Tulip, I want to see Bruno go and assist to go down if he's chasing our midfield. We'll slice through like butter. I mean, if he can get the ball forward and play as a number 8, and get the ball to the two number 10s, then who knows what can happen. It's very interesting next season. It's going to be exciting at the end of the day. Now, again, Jengas is a good one, Tulip. Jengas is a good one. And Tulip, you're a good one too. So let's get on. It's all about opinions. I like this because it's about opinions. At the end of the day, ultimately, what we want is the same thing, isn't it? That's what I would say. If Bruno is playing the pivot, he can't be chasing. Absolutely. I think I read that one. Big up, big up. Chris, 250 low, 2050. Big up, Chris. Grayo, this time last year, you were 2,000 subscribers. You have increased by 6 that times. You should be so proud of how your channel has grown. Your passion and honesty has grown. Channel. Grayo, thank you to people like you. You're an absolute legend. You've been an original brother. And thank you so much, guys, who keep supporting the channel. I really, really appreciate it. You're all absolute diamonds, man. Honestly, couldn't have done it without you. I've hit 11,000 today. We want to get to 20,000. And all I want to do is give people a voice. I want to speak the truth. And I want a successful Man United. I'm not like those other channels who don't want a successful Man United, just want clicks and likes and sensationalism and all that. I want a successful Man United. And hopefully one day we will be here together, Grayo, you, everyone, and we'll be celebrating a major trophy, which would be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? That would be great, Guys, thank you everyone who's joined me today. You're absolute legends. Please don't forget, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. Also, don't forget to put your notifications on when I do go live, because obviously it is silly season, as they call it. And there will be transfers going on as we speak. But guys, thank you, everyone. Have a great day, everyone. And guys, don't forget to smash a like, please. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. And I'll see you through the window, of course, guys. Breaking Dawn is tomorrow. Usual time tomorrow. Don't miss it. It's going to be a big one. Take it easy, guys. Have a great day. Peace.